Australia.
Natively, at least, you find it only in Australia.
Why direct?
Well, was it at that time in Israel? You can have serious doubts about that. But maybe tomorrow an archaeologist finds bones of an ostrich somewhere in Israel. Who knows? Who knows? Never say no. Remember Samson killed a lion. So apparently there were lions in Israel at that time. So it has to do with the translation problem, and how can you solve that? That's pretty difficult. Unless you find ancient documents where the context is clear. You know, people are smart, and those archaeologists, those historians don't underestimate them. You know, they dig deeply into, let's say, worldly documents, trade documents, you know, and sometimes they find an inscription in Phoenician or in another language which is close to Hebrew, and then they say, oops, here we have it. This is the same word, or it's almost the same word as that Hebrew word where we weren't sure what the translation is. And then, you know, knowledge increases. The prophet Daniel says knowledge increases, and that's true. Also when it comes to scripture, when it comes to Bible translations. So I always say, by all means, if you have two translations of the Bible at home, it should be, let's say, an old translation, such as King James, for instance, but also a modern translation, because modern translators are simply, to put it bluntly, they are better translators. They know the Hebrew or the Greek better than the people in the 16th, 17th century. Knowledge has greatly increased. Problem is they also have their twists, you know, their theological twists. They believe in the Trinity, they believe in certain things, or they believe in the immortality of the soul, and so they will try to put their beliefs into their translation. But other than that, new translations are, in a sense, better because they know more about the meaning of words. Coming back to the birds, well, yeah, you have a list of unclean birds. The Jews have derived 5 characteristics from that list of unclean birds. And they say any bird that is this and that and that and that and that, or that does not have these 5 characteristics, is an unclean bird. Well, that's their interpretation. That's their interpretation. Yeah, maybe it's wise to be on the safe side. It makes sense to say that chicken and quail are from the same family, so if quail was clean, and apparently it was, if doves and pigeons were clean, well, they were clean at the time, they're still clean. Chicken is the same family as quail, so chicken is clean. That makes sense.
But the turkey there, turkey.
Turkey, we can eat turkey.
Yeah, I believe we can eat turkey. Yes, it's also the same family. Duck is doubtful. You know, there are translations again that list swan as an unclean bird. Other translations have ibis or so, I think. So it's good to put several translations of the same verses besides each other. Then you will see, but apparently they don't know. There's no reason why a translator would lie about such a topic, quite frankly. So they take the best educated guess at for those words. Some of those words occur only once in all of Scripture, so you have no other verses to go to compare. In this context it's clear which it's what it's referring to. If you don't have that, then you must go to sources outside Scripture, trying to find the correct meaning. It would be helpful if someone would find, let's say, a Hebrew-Greek dictionary dating, I don't know, 2,800 years ago or so. I don't think they found such a thing. Well, yeah, abstain from eating blood, both the liquid, the blood itself. I want to comment on Acts 15:20. There is a lot of confusion about Acts 15:20. This list of 4 things, you can wonder, are these the most important things that believers must do? Abstain from blood, from things strangled, from idolatry, from whoring? Well, this is, the context is new believers coming into the faith. Those 4 things mentioned were done during idol worship. They were worshipping the idols, they were eating the blood, animals with the blood still in it, or even drinking blood. And also, you undoubtedly heard of a thing called temple prostitution. So all of these things occurred in pagan worship. So the reasoning is, before they are even allowed to come into the services, they must stop doing that. That is the beginning point. And then, as it says in Acts 15, they have Moses being read to them each week. So they will learn from that point on, they will learn the rest of Torah. So it's not like they could commit murders, steal, and all other kinds of things. Of course they couldn't. But before they were allowed to attend services, they had to stop, they had to quit those pagan practices.